All right, so here we are playing the camp scenario 1 out of the Von Luck campaign book again. But I'm now using bolt actions, you can tell by the dice on the table. This is the 12th pairs in the early morning of June 6th. Again, just starting to go towards the perimeter of Longenvale, I believe, or I'm not sure how you pronounce that. So they're just kind of moving forward. Again, I decided to keep the units that they had lost out of the last one, trying to replicate as close as I can to what I just did with Battlegroup, to see how it plays differently or the same or whatever kind of result. But basically, how it's going to result in here is hold the 3 objectives, which are the same. The British one up here at this crossroad, the middle one up here at this crossroads, which was halfway on the table, and then the one for the Germans. So the Germans have captured that one and this one because the vehicle, and you know what? I don't know if that vehicle can actually capture that because it's not a transport. So I'll have to check the rule on that. But the transport moved up there and captured it. I don't think it can. So I probably should have just rolled him up onto the... it's a 307 captured French vehicle. And pretty much everyone just ran and advanced up. So anyway, I'm trying to see what the difference is. I did try to advance the small light mortar up to shoot at that, and I was 27 inches away, and the range is 24 inches. So I had my first fail at a no pre-measure deal. So, but I do have to check if it can capture that thing. I don't think it can. So that's that, and I'll probably move it behind this cover next. I could have simulated the potential lack of reinforcements with the paras that were simulated with a die roll in the scenario description in Two Fat Lardies in Von Luck, but I probably could have done it just by making them reserves, and they have to pass a leadership test with 9. But I wonder if I could have I was thinking maybe I could roll a D3, and that would be the negative. Since what that's supposed to simulate is they're scattered. But actually, I think there are drop rules now. And so if I were to play this fresh with bolt action, maybe I'd use the para drop rules. I'll look that up. All right, that's that. It's gone long enough for this first one. So that's the same. 6 turns. Whoever holds 2 out of the 3 objectives will win. That's that. We'll chat at you next turn. See ya. All right, turn 2. More advancing. British bringing people up. These guys are going to kind of come over to this side. He moved 3 inches and then took a fire at these guys. I think it was these guys he fired at. Couldn't hit them. They were small. They moved closer. That's the Piat team. The light mortar advanced again to try to shoot him. He missed. Tried shooting him. Germans pretty much moved up. And these guys are going to make a nice strong thing here. I have to remember to keep a unit within 3 inches of that objective to keep it. So I'll probably just use this. I hate to, man. I just use this machine gun that's failed to pass in his reserve. It's just a lot of maneuvering right now. That's 2 turns in. It'll get hot and heavy here soon, especially being out in this open, all that openness. It's kind of tough because it's like there's no really mechanic for this, in the chain of command. It's obstructed view, so that was a modifier. And if you stayed still, it was soft cover. If you moved, it wasn't. So I guess I could say that if someone moves, if you fire on them and if they've moved, they don't get soft cover. Could be in the open. So if you stay still, I'm afraid what this would turn into is just a battle of shooting back and forth. Because why would you maneuver into danger? You just stay down. That's maybe a little flaw with this scenario. I have to think through how to play that and set that up. But I mean, I need to think of how someone might play this as a game, how they game it. All right, I'm going too long. I really want to do a minute per turn, so that's turn 2. And this is bolt action playing, well, I already said, but anyway, the chain of command, Von Luck scenario 1. 12th para moving up in the night. Oh, it's night. Maybe that could add something. I'll check out the rules for that. I'll see you. Okay, so that's interesting. It says early hours, and there's night fighting, and there's basically it's visibility. Sorry about the thumb. It's visibility rules. I won't use that right now. Gosh, I wonder if I should use it though, because that's kind of that's interesting. The early hours. In the early hours of the 6th of June. I'll have to look at those again. I'm going to bed now, so I'll look at those and see if I want to include it. I'll be out for a day or two, and I'll come back, and of course in this video you won't know that I'm gone. The magic of video. See y'all. Bye. Hey everybody, into turn 3. Had some stuff happen here. Some shooting that was effective finally. British moved up here. They moved up here, and some of the Germans stayed back and fired and got the Vickers gun down to 1. I had a very good roll. I think I rolled like 7 sixes. Anyway, they're down to 1 guy, so that'll affect that Vickers shots, and they're pinned. These mortars fired. The small one missed. The light one did hit the medium machine gun team, MG42, which is great. Knocked them down to 1 and placed 3 pins on them, so that's going to be tough. Though I need to look up, I believe there's a leadership modifier from the leader there. So it'll be interesting to see who gets the first die on the thing. I'm not going to show you here, I guess. Oh, maybe we should. So I think that's all I want to talk about that turn. The Germans are going to be kind of playing a little defensive, because there's, if I can get rid of that. Oh, so I moved this Piet up here, taking a big chance. I was hoping to pin these guys. I would love to get, I don't know, we'll see what happens. I need to want to destroy that guy, and then these guys would take that objective immediately. All right, let's see. So let's see who the first dice is going to be on turn 4. British, 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 British. So now the question is, for turn 4, do I start out with this commander back here and have all these guys do something and try to pin that unit there so they will not hurt my dude? I don't know. You'll see. Thanks a lot. That's turn 3, and we'll see after turn 4. Okay. I don't know if you can see, the British are getting very thin over here. You got some Germans coming over here. This is partially thinned because they rolled a FUBAR test, failed, and had to shoot the nearest guy within 12. They were 1 inch within 12 inches, so they got shot on. Question I have is, can they go down when they're fired at? I kind of assumed, I rolled a die. I think I got it wrong. They probably could have gone down, and I probably would have done that, and probably would have prevented from taking a damage. Got rid of the pin though. They commanded and they moved up and fired and did nothing. These mortars did some good things over here. The medium one, they took out this down to half. They passed their test, but they are down to 3. Machine guns down to 1. I think the gap is more than 1, so they need to close that gap. They do have 2 pins. They have 2 pins. These guys have 2 pins. The machine gun got his thing was he had 3 pins. He got rid of 1, passed, and went over here. Basically, I'm getting these guys back here. Oh yes, you know what? I'm going to do this. I didn't. I can't yet. I wanted to get someone within 3 inches of that. They're probably kind of wasted. My goal was get them over here, get these guys up, and they can use their fire. And these guys left to cover this and are hustling over here. They're going to do that so they can be within 3 inches of that. And it's turn 5 coming up. So 2 turns left, potentially 3. It's been awesome. Enjoying it. Okay, the same feeling I have every time I play bolt action, I have again. I really enjoy it. So just stick with it. Quit wavering. Dash of Elan. I know. See ya. What's up, all into turn 5. I do have some people that could comment to the peanut gallery. Oh, and we're gonna go live with the video. Uh-oh, hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to jump in on you.
Oh no, that's fine. Now I will mute.
You're good. Go ahead.
No, he's recording his turn 5.
All right, everybody. This is turn 5. I got a video going there, video chat with Rocky's War Room gang, getting ready to go live on their video. But I just wanted to say what's happened here. They might comment. Might get some comments from the peanut gallery over there. We'll see. All right. So the British came over here and they lost their unit over here, and they lost control of that objective. The Germans now hold it, and the British have to get rid of these guys here so they can win the game. It's looking dire. Germans are over here. Dire. Okay, that's it. That's turn 5. I'll come back after turn 6. Soon we'll be going live on Rocky's War Room and doing a little discussion on contrast paints. Say goodbye to everybody. Goodbye, everybody.
Did he say breast paints?
Contrast. All right, all. End of turn 6. I rolled for another turn, but I conceded the British. So the Germans won. They took this last objective. So let's, the Germans took that last objective. The British went and charged. The Paris charged them. They should have won, but the British only got 2 hits on their close assault or close quarters fighting, and the Germans got 3. And actually the British took a casualty as they advanced, and I don't know, I couldn't quite find it fast enough if that also counted, because that would have been 4 casualties to 2. So it was a pretty poor casualty or close assault roll on both parts. Rolled a lot of 1s and 2s on the damage roll. The Germans just pressed forward. They went along this side, wiped out leadership here. This leadership unit went down just to the leader himself, the captain. The mortar, I would say this is one of the heroes of the game. This little, once he ranged in, he took this squad down after they had fired down to 4 dudes with a more than 1 inch separation, which is a little weird. Side note, when you put your guys 2 on a thing, I'm going to continue doing this, putting them 2 on a stand for a different game I play, Blitzkrieg Commander. But it's a little weird because then you can get more guys in an inch template. So sometimes I think I might let it so that you can have, I don't know, maybe 1.5 inches or 2 inches in between each stand. I'm not sure how to do that. So, because I mean, these guys are like, they're touching. So, I should do see what they say about the infantry or the artillery stands. Anyway, so we had lost the only whole squad we had, they lost. They lost their second lieutenant, first lieutenant. The captain was down to 1 person. The British were just worn down, and so they would take him out and then they would rush this. So turn 7 didn't matter. It was fun playing it. It's a little weird with this. I would have needed to think through if I was going to do this scenario again. Really think through. I mean, it played 6 turns. The British lasted. The British had a chance to do it. Honestly, if the British, they would have played another turn. That would have been, so if the British had taken that, these guys probably would have charged to get up there, and then they would have I would have charged all those guys. Only a couple of them would have been able to. So the British could have pulled it off maybe, if there had been a better roll in that close assault. So the scenario is interesting. So let's remember. So remember, I made it. I get it's obscured firing, which isn't really something in the game, but I made it a -1, pretty much shooting in all this wheat. And then there was I wonder if what I should have done instead, or did I do? Oh man, I can't remember. I kind of probably each video. So I shot all these turns like a separate video. I wonder if I probably wasn't consistent as I did it. Because at one point I said if they moved, they didn't get the penalty, and if they didn't move, then they'd get the penalty on their shot. Like they were hunkered down or had been hunkered down, or this were moving low or something. Anyway, if I had played this again, I would make sure I'm enforcing that rule if they moved or not. So then the thing is, you'd want to. I don't know. I'd have to think through that. But it seemed to work. It was fun again. And I was thinking about one of the other games to play and Chain of Command. And I'm just like, you know what? I think it's because I know the rules. I can just play this. And I wouldn't have to learn the new set of rules, and I'm trying to do that with some pretty heavy board games. So I like it. I'll set up another scenario from maybe the D-Day set and book, and we'll try that out next time. Thanks all for watching. It's been a long video, and appreciate you all. See ya.